Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know this video is a little late, but midterm season is among us, so please excuse the absence of videos here and there. Probably not going to post anything this week, but I did want to put out this WandaVision theory video just because I haven't really talked about WandaVision at all, and I feel like it's going to become a pretty big part of the MCU. So I won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it already. I'm just going to highly suggest that you watch it, and I have a few reasons as to why. So WandaVision really adds to the MCU because it gives us the possibility of the multiverse and introduces some different characters, one of them being Monica, who is the daughter of Captain Rambeau. I believe she was the captain, I don't know. But she's friends with Captain Marvel, so it gives her a little bit more context to her backstory, and Wanda has her backstory like fully fleshed out, as well as her brother Pietro, as you'll see later in the series, gets some context there. And we just get to see what happens with Wanda after the snap and like what she's going through. I will say up until around episode 3 or 4, which is when we get to like the 1970s/80s, I think, in the sitcom realm of things, the show is pretty slow. Like, unless you're a huge sitcom fan, I think you're just gonna have to grit your teeth and get through it. It's not like the episodes are bad, it's just they're not Marvel, they're not like actiony, they're not super eye-catching, but they are really faithful. I think the interesting part is they are really faithful to the sitcoms that they are pulling as source material for each episode. So honestly, the coolest part for me were the commercials, like the in-show commercials that happen in between episodes 1 through 3. And we'll get to those later as I discuss my theory. So I did want to give a shout out to Screen Crush. I ended up watching a few of their like WandaVision theory videos or like WandaVision breakdowns of like what was happening at the end and what all the commercials, what they think they were supposed to symbolize. And I feel like they have like a really good idea there, and I kind of want to build off that. So if you want to fully understand what I'm talking about, I will link their channel in the description, and I think I'll be able to have like an iCard somewhere up here or one of these corners. You guys know where it is. So to kind of do a quick breakdown of what they were talking about with the commercials so you guys understand what my theory is, basically they were saying the commercials were kind of a way for, at the beginning with episodes, I'm not sure the episode count, but the beginning of the commercials, they're kind of like, you see this woman who is constantly in all the commercials, I believe, except for one, which was the claymation one. And she is trying to become like the best wife that she can be. And then later on you see like she's just trying to become like the best woman she can be. And Screen Crush was saying that this was kind of symbolizing Wanda and Wanda's like wants for the show, and I guess for her life as well. So she kind of wanted to break out of the stereotypical like women are supposed to be in the kitchen, they're supposed to be like the people who stay home and take care of things. So you kind of see like as they transition between the decades and the sitcoms, like she also transitions with like what her goal is for herself. And then the other thing about those, with the watch being the Stryker watch, kind of a throwback to like her imprisonment under Stryker's management, and the toaster, which seemed like it was like a flashing like bomb kind of thing, which was kind of a throwback to her and Pietro's moment like during the war, and their parents unfortunately died. So it was like little things that kind of were very subtle that hinted back to Wanda's history, which I think those are pretty good theories, so I would go with those. So I think the two most important commercials, at least for what I'm thinking about, would be the claymation commercial, which I believe happens before the Nexus commercial. So we're talking about the claymation one. So the claymation commercial, the kid sitting on the island who's like starving and the shark comes up to him, is like very true to that era. Like I've definitely seen plenty of those. So the message that Screen Crush said the claymation commercial was trying to send was that Doctor Strange was trying to contact Wanda and tell her like, hey, your power is not going to satisfy this hunger or the it's not going to relieve your grief. You need to do something else. So he tried to show that by having this little kid on this island, and he's trying to open this yogurt that is the same red color as like Wanda's power, so I guess that's the symbolism there. He's trying to open this yogurt, and he's just sitting there for like days and days and days. So that's like time passing by. So like the more time you spend trying to do this, the worse off you're gonna be, is basically what he was saying. So then moving on to the Nexus commercial. The Nexus commercial is like help you like reconnect with your own reality or something, like get back to reality, stop trying to do this. So this was in part a little bit of Doctor Strange, because the commercial does end up saying like call your doctor or something like that, which I guess I don't know, that I don't feel like it's a stretch, but that's, I don't know, I don't feel like it's a stretch, but it's not exactly what I would think of. But I was thinking more along the lines of like their second interpretation of like this was Wanda's way, her like subconscious trying to tell her like, hey, we need to get back to reality. This is not working out. And it's obviously making things worse for us and for like the people that are around us. So with that all being said, I will be spoiling the ending here, because this is getting more into what I think will happen next, or what could happen next. So click off now, go watch WandaVision if you haven't seen it, and then come back. But the ending, the very last episode with the second after credits scene, you see Wanda is by herself in a cabin alone, which they say might be reference to like the Hulk, because after he went to a cabin alone, he was able to like further master his powers or some crap like that. I mean, I guess that could be, but I think she was just like trying to seclude herself, because you know she had already hurt like so many people, so she's like, you know what, I need to figure this out for myself. So you see her in a cabin alone, and then you see her like kind of projecting her spirit, I guess, or something, like the same way that Doctor Strange does, and she's reading through the book that talks about the Scarlet Witch and like the red magic or dark magic and stuff like that. And then she hears Billy and Tommy calling out to her. So with this being said, in the Screen Crush videos and some other videos, people kept saying like Mephisto. And I only know Mephisto from Ultimate Alliance. I vaguely remember like who he is. So I ended up doing a little bit of research, and Mephisto does actually play somewhat of a big role with the multiverse theory. So one of the things that was super interesting to me that I feel like might be plausible is that in some of the Marvel comics for Mephisto, Wanda, when she creates her kids, she like fuses them with the fragments of Mephisto, because Mephisto apparently been broken up somehow. I don't know. I didn't go into that much detail. But she does this like mistakenly. So when Mephisto is like trying to collect all of his fragments again, he ends up taking Wanda's kids from her. So like I guess there's a possibility, if they go with this route, that Mephisto has like kidnapped her kids, and I guess he hasn't figured out how to get the pieces back. So that gives Wanda some time to try and go save the day. That's one thing, I guess. But then the other thing is, I read that Mephisto creates Ghost Rider. So if Marvel wanted to bring back the Ghost Rider, which I don't know if they have the rights to. I think they probably do. They could. I also don't know how well Ghost Rider did. So would it make sense to bring back Ghost Rider? I don't know. But that is a possibility. And then something else that I saw about Mephisto was that he created other timelines for Spider-Man. And I think Spider-Man ended up switching timelines in what I read. So that could work as far as, you know, Peter's identity being out there. If he switched timelines with a Peter's that wasn't exposed, then that could work. Or I think the other option was he would like make him a new Peter and like change some stuff, which could work, I guess, since the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are rumored to be in the other Spider-Man, or the newest Spider-Man that will be coming out. So maybe. And then the last thing I read was Mephisto ends up teaming up with Deadpool a few times. So we could get Mephisto working with Deadpool to try and bring him into more like MCU central stories. But I don't know how likely that is. I feel like they're trying to keep Deadpool at a distance for the moment just because of, one, how vulgar he is. And I don't think he really vibes with the current set of characters that we have right now. So then I wrote down the question of Monica and White Vision. Now, Monica, I honestly don't think that she will have a huge part in Doctor Strange's next movie. Just because she's supposed to be going up into space, and I don't really know how that would really work. So for right now, I don't even know if she would really get her own movie per se, but I definitely think she will be coming back. I just don't think she'll be coming back soon. And then on to White Vision. So my question is, now that Vision essentially has all his memories back, but he doesn't have his soul, is he going to destroy himself, which I find not super likely, or is there a way that he can go to another multiverse and possibly get his soul back, or I don't know, figure something out there? There was a comic where he went to another multiverse to get his body back so he had the color, because at the moment, supposedly, this is what the comic said, but I don't know if Marvel had the same explanation for this White Vision. But they said that he lost the ability to control like what his color is, just because something was like messed up in his head as they were putting him back together. So I really doubt that he would go into another timeline, grab another Vision's body just to like restore his color and that be it. So hopefully they don't go that route, but I don't know, that is written down in the comics. So but yeah, those are all of my like theories / thoughts that I have on WandaVision with 30 minutes of research. So I'm sure you guys can go a lot deeper into it, and if you have, let me know what you guys have found. Make sure to like put a spoilers tag or something, so that way people who don't want spoilers for WandaVision can avoid those comments or come back to them later. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these theories, if you think they're trash, if you think I might be onto something, and make sure to go check out Screen Crush for some more videos around WandaVision and the MCU, because I feel like they do a really good job. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me. So I hope you all have a nice evening, morning, or night. Whatever, enjoy it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!